Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are. Welcome back once again to the weekly market outlook. Last week was a very choppy week, although price moved a little bit for us to catch some moves. This week we'll see what price will be doing, and we will try to also anticipate the moves that will be coming. We're having a very big news coming for this week, as it is the first the first week of the month. And also is the beginning of the third quarter, so there's going to be a lot happening. Without further much ado, let's just go to the forest factory and talk about what's going to happen in terms of news and stuff like that. Let's check it real quick. Yeah, okay, right here. So let me see. Next month. Okay, so it will start Monday around this level right here, right? And Monday, what we're having is we're having the Euro news, which is all day, and then you're having ISM manufacturing PMI on 4 p.m. And also Tuesday we're having Euro news. I mean, the first 2 days of the week is basically Euro news and USD news, right? But they are all going to move the market in some way. But the most important news for the week will be Friday, which is non-farm, employment change NFP, right? And also for the Canadian dollar, the unemployment change and unemployment rates. Okay. CPI for the CHF is also something to keep an eye on if you trade the CHF pairs. And also, Wednesday you have an unemployment claims too. And also ISM and also FOMC meetings too. But this FOMC meeting, I don't think is going to really push price like that. It will push a little bit, but not that hard as the other FOMC news. But the most important, news to be keeping an eye on is literally for the Euro pairs Tuesday, these two news, and also on Friday the NFP news. Okay, those are the most important news that we should be keeping an eye on. Okay, and also Tuesday job opening too. Most of the time the first week of the month is usually like the busiest weeks, right? And after that you're having the second week, which is also CPI, but we will talk about it when you get there. But just keep an eye on Tuesday and also on Friday. Okay, those are the 2 days that are really going to tell us more about what's going to happen with the markets. But also the other red folder news are also tradable news, so just keep an eye on it. Okay, if you trade the dollar news, then Tuesday there's news, Wednesday there's news, and Friday. Okay, so literally if you trade all of the major pairs, then keep an eye on all of the red folder news. But the most important one is just NFP and these two news. Joe's shop open. Okay, and Wednesday too is a little bit important, but Friday is the most important one, as you guys already know. Okay, so without further much talking, let's go to the charts, see what's to happen in terms of DXY, what has happened and stuff like that. Okay, so DXY on the weekly time frame, what we have is we have in this weekly fair value gap, which is right here. Okay, and it's the beginning of the third quarter, and also is kind of from the beginning of the new month. So and also the second half of the year. Okay, the second half of the year, because 6 months has already passed, which meaning the second half of the year, which is from July up to December. Okay, and looking at how the last 6 months moved, it's a very bullish candle. Okay, it's a very bullish candle. There's no bearishness in this candle, which means going into the second half of the year, I'm also expecting some kind of bullishness to the upside. Okay, something like this to the upside. Okay, that's what I'm expecting for the second half of the year. So with this in mind, you have already covered the second half of the year. Let's go to the 3 months candle. Looking at how the last quarter closed, is also, which is from April, May, and June, that kind of month, is also bullish candle, right? So what I'm expecting is this side to be swept, the 107.350 level to be swept, right? So which means going into the third quarter, what I would like to see is maybe a little bit pullback and then continuation to the upside to go and take out this high. Okay, and then the fourth quarter will be maybe high, we go up to that level, and then after that we see what will happen. Okay, but for the third quarter also, I'm looking for price to be bullish, not bearish. There's no way I'll be looking for something like this to happen. I'm not really looking at it, I'm not focusing it, but in my analysis and in my kind of trading strategy, I'm not expecting price to come down low and take out this this low out, okay, and eventually not even this one, okay. So yeah, for the coming 3 months, I'm just looking for bullish price action for the dollar. On the monthly time frame, what you are also seeing is, if you look lower, we are having nothing in terms of imbalances. There's no imbalance right below here. That's why I was saying that for the 3 months, kind of candle, I'm not expecting price to come lower to these levels. Okay, the only imbalance that price right now is seeking is literally this imbalance that hasn't been fully filled. Right, price literally went into it, but it failed to go to the downside, as it is a change of character for SMC traders. So we'll be buying from this level to the upside. But for most, ICT traders, they're looking for sells from here to the downside, but it didn't go as they planned. Right now, if you look on the month time frame, the only imbalance right here was literally this one. Price came in, it respected it, pushed it upside, and also for right here too, is price literally came there, pushed it upside. So this one is literally the only one that's remaining, right? But with where we are right now, I'm not going to predict a move from it to the downside, as it is something that I'm not expecting. Okay, the immediate draw on liquidity for the market is literally this these highs, right? These two highs, and also this one there, okay, and eventually this SMC magnet right there, okay. So these are the levels that currently price will be drawn to take out first, and then we will kind of trade away around it and see where the next price, where the market will be pricing itself to next, okay. So coming into this week, if you look on the weekly time frame with what we have already discussed. Let me mark up this one. Okay, with what we have already discussed, the draw on liquidity that we are kind of targeting at these highs, this high, and also this one, right? As we've talked about it. Yeah. So looking at how this weekend will also close, I'm favoring more bullish. More bullishness than more bearishness, with how the dollar moves. If it's trending to the upside, you don't have to go in and try to sell it. Like, look at how the dollar moves, right? If it's trending to the upside, there's no way in how you're going to try to step in and try to sell from here. Eventually the market will go to the upside, right? If it's in a bullish phase, you should just respect it, just trade with it. Okay, right here too, similar candle as with this one, right? People try to sell it from the extreme levels to the downside. I also did it around that time, August 23 last year. I also tried to sell from here, but immediately, I did that, price stripped me out, and it just went to the upside, right? So I'm not going to be doing that right here too. With this candle right here, we're having this weekly fair value gap line below here, right? So I know many people are trying to kind of predict the first half of the coming month to be bearish. We come and tap this one, and then after that we push it upside, right? It's something that is possible. Okay, it's something that is possible, but if you be trading what we see right now, then if you go on a daily time frame, you'll go there soon. But if you go on a daily time frame, you will see that there's no imbalance below, right? And if there is no imbalance there on the daily time frame, then what are we coming down low to trade into, right? We are trading, the high time frame speaks louder than the lower time frame for sure, but the lower time frame hasn't shifted bearish yet. So it doesn't make any sense for us to try and go in the market and try to predict that the next move will be to the downside. Okay, if the lower time frame shifts bearish, then we will be trading towards this level. But as of right now, the lower time frame, which is daily time frame, hasn't shifted bearish on the dollar, right? There's a daily structure, right? As you guys all remember, we predicted the move from these levels to the upside to 106, and then around here we also predicted from here to 106.1, and as we see, price literally tapped there. Okay, and there's the structure right now. Okay, so as long as the daily time frame stays bullish, then why will we try to predict that the next move will be coming to the downside? Unless we see this low getting swept out first, then we could be looking for something like this. Either something like this, come down low and then expect another continuation, or it may be like a 30 soup, right? Price comes low, sweeps this low, and then we just push straight to the upside, something like that. Okay, some kind of manipulation around here, then we continue high. But as long as the daily time frame is bullish, there's no way that we are going to try and predict the market to come to the weekly fair value gap, because the lower time frame, that's what the high time frame wants it to do, right? And like we said, on the monthly time frame, the only drawn liquidity that we are looking for is for this high to be swept and eventually this high too. Okay, so we know the objective is to this high right here. So it's much better to try and trade with the trend than against it. Okay, that's why for me personally, going into next week, going to the NFP week, if you are someone who wants to trade, for the first half of the week and stuff like that, then yeah, you could be looking for some kind of buy concentration to the upside, or yeah, you could try to predict the move to the downside. But at best, what I will personally want to see is let me go to the 4 hour. So even on the 4 hour, you're having this double high right there, equal highs right there, that is also kind of liquidity for the market to seek, which also kind of aligns with the high time frame perspective that we want to see. Price that. That's okay which is to the upside. Okay, so for me personally, going to next week, what I want to see is for the first half of the week, if you get something like this, then buy from here is good, because if we talk about swing ideas, swing equilibrium and stuff like that, we see that right now price currently is sitting at the equilibrium level, which is around this level, and from here trade was taken to the upside too, right? And for SMC traders, you guys right now should notice that price doesn't really always come to the extreme levels. Okay, and if you're someone who always waits for the extreme levels to come and hit it, then price will most definitely push without you. Okay, price will most definitely push without you. So yeah, try to adapt your strategy to the market condition right now. If you are in a range bound market, where we will talk about later, then price will come to the extreme levels. But if price is trending, then your SMC strategy won't be working. Okay, which means you have to kind of adapt yourself to a new strategy, or kind of tweak your strategy to align with the market condition right now. Okay, in terms of range bound trading, like we said, moving from one low to the new high, you have currently tapped the 50% level, and always when you tap the 50% level, price is most likely going to push it upside. Or if you want to wait for price to come to the extreme levels around these levels, then you could also wait. So as long as we stay, as long as, for me personally, like with how I trade ranges, as long as this low right, it doesn't get taken out, then the 105.375 level doesn't get taken out, then for me it's we are still bullish. So which means we can literally come right here, but if you push from here to the upside, it's good for me. Okay, so this is what DXY right now is looking like. If you want to take buy from here, you could, there are people that trade like this, they buy from the 50% level, they target the 100 level, okay, and they're good. Okay, the 0 level, then they're good trading 1-to-1. Okay, if you want to trade 1-to-2, then you have your 1-to-2 right around here. Okay, so literally you can be someone trading like this, and then you're good. If price takes out this low, then you know what we are going to do next. Either we come up one more time and then drop to the extreme levels, which is around here, before going to upside. By doing that, we will come and tap the fair value gap on the weekly time frame. But if price doesn't take out this low, then we are still bullish. You'll be in drawdown, but eventually price will continue high. Okay, so for me personally, I'm still bullish. Price hasn't done anything on the lower time frame for me to say that right now I'm bearish. So people that keep on asking me the question that will we be coming down here before going up, you have already, you know the answer right now. I'm bullish on DXY. As long as this low stays intact, I'm bullish. And if we take this low out, it's either price will come straight forward to the fair value gap and then we push from it to the upside during NFP, or we will kind of form something like this and then we'll drop to the downside during NFP. Okay, but yeah, right now NFP is on the 5th, which is the most important news for this week, right, coming week. Let me mark up the time right here. So if price is around, what I do and what I do with my members is if price is we wait for the news, right? So if let's say during the news, okay, before NFP, we are still trading inside of this range. We are still trading inside of this range, and then we come to this level, okay, then it aligns with my structure. So I will most definitely buy it to the upside, because like I said, as long as you stay below, above this low, then I'm still bullish, which means I can trade from here. I can trade the news to the upside. Okay, and if I take a loss on it, it doesn't matter, because it's a strategy. Okay, as long as this low stays intact, I'm bullish, which means I'll buy this. It's my strategy. Okay, but if price before NFP takes out this low and comes here, then during NFP, I'm not going to be selling it. I'll be buying it to the upside. Okay, and my first take profits will be around this level, because I know for a fact that SMC traders will be looking for price to come a little bit deeper before going to the upside. Okay, so that's how I trade, and that's how it's been helping me till now. So that's literally the bias. The idea that I'm having for this week right now. It's a little bit tricky this week. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit tricky, but yeah, it is what it is. It is how the market is, right? Sometimes it be tricky, sometimes it be easy. Around these levels was very, very easy. And I hope many of you guys caught the move from here to the upside. Although it's keenly very, very bearish, but as long as the strategy stays intact, the price will always play out. Okay. So yeah, that's for DXY. I know it's a lot to kind of understand, but try to understand a little bit well. It's just simple for me. I know the range from the high to the low. As long as this low doesn't get taken out, I'm just buying to the upside. Okay. The draw liquidity is literally these highs right here, these double highs right here that I want price to go for. And eventually for this week, if we get to this level, then you're good to kind of book your profits. But just keep it in mind that if DXY is moving bullish, like it extends, like it pushes it upside. Look at this move, right? Before we got this drop, and now we're expecting same move to the upside. Okay, so yeah, that's my bias right now. Take some big partials around the 106.600 level. Okay, 106.600 level. If price gets there, take some big partials off. Okay. Okay. So for AD traders, people that trade AD, I'm bullish on DXY, which means I will favor sells on this one. But like you guys already have seen, this pair literally is doing nothing. It has been ranging since May up to now. It's doing nothing. So if you trade AUDUSD, then I don't know what you have been up to. Maybe if you're a scalper, then yeah, you can catch moves. But if you're a swing trader or like an intraday trader, then you'll be in a trade, right? You'll be in a trade like this, right? You sell from here to the downside, right? And then if you don't take profits around this level, then price will eventually come up, and then you'll be in a little bit drawdown. Then yeah, it's a little bit difficult to kind of hold trades in these kind of market environments. But yeah, right now it's ranging, so it's best for SMC traders. Okay, like I said, if price is extending to the upside, SMC traders can be catching these kind of moves. Okay, but if it's ranging something like this, oof, perfect extreme levels, perfect extreme levels, perfect other block, perfect other block, right? Perfect other block, right? So right now that the market is also ranging, it's kind of perfect for SMC traders. So with my idea that, with the idea that we are going bullish on DXY to go and take the 106.6 level, I will also kind of favor sells to the downside, okay? To come for at least first take profit level will be around this daily PUI, daily order block, right? And yeah, just vibing. There's the range, like I said, there's a high, low. Every time we come to the lows, we buy. Every time we go to the highs, we buy. So right now that we are above this range bound level, it correlates with my idea for DXY. So I'll like to see just very pressure to the downside. Okay, on the 1H, what you're also having is you're having these Asia lows that price hasn't tapped yet, right there. We saw on Friday, on Thursday, yeah, this move we discussed with the members. We looked at this move, big liquidity chunk right here, Asia low, Asia low, Asia low, all here. Price literally reacted from it to the downside and swept all of them. And by doing that, it created this Asia low too. Okay, so right now the only Asia low that you haven't swept is the Friday Asia low, and also this 18th June Asia low, right? Which I'm expecting to be swept this week if the DXY idea, the DXY narrative to the upside still plays out. Okay, which means any sales from here to the downside is good for me. Okay, any sales to the downside is good for me. Let me go to NZD first. So for NZD2, yeah, we discussed this one also with the members right now. For NZD, I also favor sells than buys. Looking at how the daily is playing out. The only kind of fair value gap there that we're having is this one right there on top there. I've already marked it up. If price gets there, then you could be looking for some kind of sells to the downside. Okay, but I'm not expecting it to play out. What right now I'm expecting to play out is literally just sell continuation to the downside. So if Monday we come up and take out this high one more time, then you could still be looking for the sell to the downside to eventually come for this one right there. Okay, because like we see, we're having this kind of other block right there where price is kind of reacting from. So sells for me is best, best, I mean the best idea for me right now. I can't favor any buys. I know many people are trading from here to the buy, I mean buy for this one to the upside. I can't favor it. I can't trade the buys because it doesn't sit with the narrative that I'm having for DXY. Okay, like I said, as long as DXY doesn't take out this low, I'm bearish on all of the major pairs. Okay, that's how I trade. That's how I'll keep on trading. Okay, because it's working. Right now in terms of 4-hour structure, there's the low high. If you want to trade it sells, you could be looking for some idea like this to the downside. Okay, come for this one right here. But the thing is, you just have to keep it in mind that you're having this this kind of 4-hour order block right here, right? Yo, yeah, this one right here. Okay, this 4-hour order block there where price could go for first before dropping to the downside. Okay, but overall, I'm just bearish on this one based off of how the daily candle is looking like. Okay. Yeah, this one I think we have to go in depth with it, but I'll discuss it with the members. So if you want to join the membership, just go to the Discord group and then you'll find it there. Okay, but for NZDUSD and AUDUSD, I'm just bearish on it. I'm not going to trade bullish on it, although I know that there's this kind of trend liquidity that, I mean, this line right here. If price goes up and take it out, I'm still bearish. Okay, just like DXY, I want to see this high getting swept based off of the monthly time frame. Price has nothing to do down here. Okay, it has nothing to do down here, and I know there's this other block right there. Okay, and price already tapped it, but that, I mean, it did nothing. It did nothing. Okay, we are still bullish. Okay, so I'm just going to trade the buys to the upside to go and sweep this one out. Okay, and also you're having this flip kind of other block that price reacted from. So I'm not kind of going to be trading the sells to the downside from here. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, and if I'm bullish DXY, it means I'm also bearish all of the major pairs. Okay, for EU, okay, EU, like we talked about, where's the first factory calendar. So let me switch back to first factory. So first factory, you're having where is it? EURUSD. Like we talked about, we're having Monday, I mean Sunday markets open. You're having Euro news already, Monday Euro news, and then Tuesday to Euro news. Okay, right now with where EURUSD sit at, okay, let me see if it's playing out here. With where EURUSD sit at, it sits at a very important level. Okay, and I favor more sells similar to all of the major pairs. Okay, which means I would like to trade this idea to the downside to come for these previous months lows to the downside. Okay, because in terms of structure, we are still bullish. Let me be quick and wrap this video up. In terms of structure, we are still bullish. I mean, oh sorry, we are still bearish. Okay, we are having something like this, and we would like to also trade the continuation to the downside to come for this low. Okay, so there's no way in hell that I'm going to try and be trading something like this before to the downside. I mean, trades to the downside. Okay, I'll not be doing that, but if it happens, then yeah, I mean, I'm going to trade it. But in terms of idea or in terms of strategy wise, I'm still bullish on DXY. So why should I switch bullish on this one? I'll also stay bearish on this one unless like some Euro news pushes price to the upside, sweep this kind of trend liquidity line right here, and then we get here, and then after we get here, I'll look to sell it to the downside. Okay, but overall for EU, it's either we sell this from here to the downside, or if price gets up to this level, we'll look to sell it to the downside. But the overall idea is just sell to the downside. Okay, and you may ask me like, which one should you trade? The question is, I don't know which one you should trade. It's all up to you. Okay, it's all up to you. Like, you have to take the risk to make the reward. You can't just be right all of the time. Okay, if you want to be right all of the time, then just go for something like this. Yeah, if you go for something like this, you're trading one-to-one. If you want to be right all of the time, then there's the idea that you want to be trading, okay, on the daily time frame. In this scenario, you will sit in the drawdown, but eventually price will just play out to the downside. Okay, but if you want to get the position and the bigger risk to reward ratio and stuff like that, then you just have to take the risk. Okay, if you lose this one, eventually price will come to this level, and then you try to also sell from here to the downside. Okay, so it's all based, I mean, on risk. risk and reward type of ratio thing. Okay, if you're a swing trader and if you want to be in the move, then you could potentially trade this one to one, risk like let's say 4% on it. If price goes to the upside, then you lose 4%. Okay, but if price comes to the downside, then you win 4%. I mean, it's just simple. Like it's just simple. That's why I always see that it's very easy to pass preference challenges and stuff like that. It's very easy if you literally understand the market and just accept the risk that comes to it. Okay, you decide for yourself. I'm not going to decide for you. Okay, we're having two places where price could eventually move from, either from here to the downside or just from here to the downside. You decide for yourself. Are you the one that goes for high stop loss, or are you the one that goes for wider stop loss? Okay, so that's just how the game is, and you just have to decide what type of trader you are. Pound USD, I favor more sells to, similar to EURUSD. Right now on the daily time frame, we're tapping this kind of daily order blocks in terms of structure. We're also bearish, right? We're bearish on it, so I would like to see some kind of bearishness playing out next to the downside. Eventually, I want to see price come to this kind of daily order block right here. On the weekly too, having the weekly order block too. So I want to see price come down this week to that level. So if we go up this week one more time, I favor more sells to the downside. Okay. Yeah, that'll be all for now. Thanks again for watching, and oh yeah, good, sorry. Yo, the video is long, man. I don't edit my videos, so that's why, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, for gold 2, it's literally playing out like we talked about around this level. Like we said last 2 weeks, price went there, tapped it, dropped. So right now, what I'm also expecting for gold going into next week is just bearish continuation. If you want to play safe, wait for this low to be taken out. Okay, wait for this low to be taken out, and then from there you could be looking for something like this to the downside. Okay, but if you want to join, you can literally sell from me to the downside. But overall, I'm bearish on this one. I'm not going to be trading any kind of buys to the upside. I'm bearish. Okay, so I'll be trading the sell to the downside. But that'll be all for now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.